I'm Katya.
And I'm Rin.
And we're here at the Commonwealth Center for Holistic Herbalism in Boston, Massachusetts.
And we're in your house, thanks to the internet. Thanks, internet. You're awesome.
So it is time for me to put together another jar full. My jar is sad and empty. Another jar full of my personal favorite tea for when I get my period. So we have here 6 different plants that are going to go in, and I'll just tell you about each of them as they go in. The first one is chamomile, which you might know I love chamomile. And in this regard, chamomile is helping with PMS feelings in my head, like stressy, grumpy feelings, but also really lovely for cramps.
Yeah, chamomile's a relaxant, and we think of that often just in terms of your emotional state, like, oh, I need to relax, I need to calm down, like mentally, emotionally, I'll drink some chamomile. But it also has physical or muscular relaxing qualities as well.
Yeah, like antispasmodic.
Yeah.
Goodness.
And it centers a lot of that down here around the pelvic organs and
in
if
the
you
guts.
have a uterus and in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the guts
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
All right. Then we also have some sage, and sage is one of actually my very favorite PMS plants. Sage has so many awesome qualities, but one of them is that one of the particular ways that I get a little bit crazy when I'm PMSing is that I start to feel very overwhelmed by all the things I have to do, and I also start to feel like no one can help me. And even if they tried, they would just mess it up, and then I would have to do it again. And that's like just a very particular pattern for me that I fall into. And I find that sage really helps to back that off and helps me to just see much more clearly and to feel more comfortable and just to be a little bit more sane and not get so overwhelmed. So thank you, sage. Also has really great effect on the liver and digestion, 2 things which kind of struggle when you're having your period.
Yeah, your liver has a lot of extra work to do to kind of process through the hormones that are out there in the blood doing their thing and then kind of get shunted over to the liver to be disposed of now that they've finished their job for the cycle. So yeah, liver support is really key here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, next is Pennyroyal. Pennyroyal is one of my favorite mints. It is so delicious and light and lovely, and also it just gets things stirred up a little bit. It helps things to get moving. And I tend to be a little on the stagnant side, and especially right before my period, that's always when I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sit at my desk and do a bunch of stuff and I'm not really gonna get up. Like I just sort of get that kind of feeling. And Pennyroyal stirs that up, helps me keep moving, helps my blood keep moving, really feeds blood to the uterus, and also it's delicious.
Yeah. When you're looking at information about Pennyroyal online, you'll find a lot of things that are a little bit, oh man, I don't want to say hysterical because that would be too apropos.
That would be, yeah, exactly the wrong word.
Yeah, but let's just say that they overstate the danger of this particular plant really incredibly.
Well, yeah. The plant itself, taken as tea, doesn't have any danger. The place where people got into trouble was a few people thought that because pennyroyal can be beneficial for menstruation, they sort of assumed that meant that it would give them a natural abortion. And in fact, there are no plants that will do that. And then on top of that, what they decided to do was take a large quantity of the essential oil of pennyroyal internally. And that is really dangerous. It's really dangerous to take a large quantity of any essential oil internally, or even a small quantity is not a good idea either. So those are 2 really different things. Yeah. Drinking tea, no problem, but don't take essential oils internally. That's a problem.
Right on.
All right. Well, the next thing that goes in is mugwort. And mugwort is lovely, especially if you are, like me, a person who gets cramps at the beginning. Once I start bleeding, no cramps, I'm fine. Or maybe like just a little tiny one cramp. All my cramps come at the beginning, before I really get going, when it's like sputtery and just a little brown and kind of gross and whatever. And Mugwort really helps to smooth that out, get things going, and really relieves that kind of cramping pain. Plus, Mugwort helps you sleep better. And I find that when I'm a little PMSy, that sleep disturbances come along with that. So I very much appreciate that extra benefit.
Fantastic plant.
And then some Motherwort. Motherwort has a lot of benefits, but in this case, I am adding Motherwort for its psychological and emotional aspects, which really just help me to keep my own healthy boundaries strong. And in this particular case, a lot of times when we talk about having healthy boundaries, it's about not letting other people affect you more than how they should. But sometimes your healthy boundary is about not affecting other people more than you should, and sort of keeping your own self contained so that you don't get your grumpiness all over people. And probably Motherwort is working in both of those capacities here.
Sure.
But just a little bit of making sure that I don't just grump all over the house and
Oh, you never do that.
Motherwort.
Thanks, Motherwort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes me nicer to live with.
Yeah. Really nice stuff.
And then I'm just going to put in a smidge of raspberry leaf. Raspberry leaf helps just to keep your uterus really healthy. Your uterus has muscles in the wall, and those muscles contract to expel the endometrial lining. So in other words, they contract to push out your period. And if your muscles of your uterus are flabby and don't get a lot of exercise and very sedentary, then it's going to be hard to have a good, efficient period, and so your period will go on for a long period of time, and your cramps will be painful. But raspberry leaf just is kind of like exercise for your uterus in a tea. It just gets your uterus muscles to be really healthy, to be nourished, to be ready to do their job, and I really appreciate that. Kind of helps things flow more smoothly.
Nice. Yeah, and provides some mineral content, because when blood goes out, there's some nutrients going out with it.
Yeah, that's really true.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I need a spoon. So that was roughly equal parts of everything. The Pennyroyal is super delicious, so I bet a little extra Pennyroyal actually made its way in there.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I blend this up, I might mix ginger in at the last minute just because it's delicious, but also because it too has a wonderful antispasmodic action and a really relaxing action on your guts, on your pelvic region, on the uterus itself.
Yeah, and it's so warming.
Oh, it's so lovely.
That can be fresh ginger. You can just have one of the hands or thumbs of ginger and just slice off a few coin-sized pieces and drop that into your teapot or your French press or whatever you're using to infuse your tea. Really, really nice.
All right, well, this tea blend, here, let me show it to you. Looks pretty lovely. What do you think? It smells really good too. All right. I may have made more tea than I have jar.
We'll just tamp it down. It'll be
Yeah,
all right.
it'll be fine. If you'd like to learn more about blending up your own tea, then check out our website, commonwealthherbs.com. And if you go to commonwealthherbs.com/learn, you will see all of our online courses, including a whole course on formulation and how to make your own herbal tea blends.
Check it out. Also, if you would like to, it would be great if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get notified whenever we have new updates for you.
All right, we did it. Well, you guys, thanks for making tea with me. And we'll see you next time.